Hello and welcome to another edition of the Stew with JT Brew here on Fantasy in Frames. It's NFL betting show week 6. Stick with me. You're in the stew.
You up on trades and why you move. You ain't designed to lose. Find you jumping over seemingly nothing, racking up points. Makes the game a little more fun to watch. Can drop release. We started with the mock draft and now we making a mockery of the leaderboard. Quite obviously not a scrub, so start an institute. Make evaluations like a commissioner do. It's to the point your wife make you watch in a different room. Update your roster and pick and choose when you get some news. Not much that we enjoy more than sifting through through new statistics to make it to our end zones through different routes. Universities, institutes, down to homies who click in groups. I introduce you to the Stew with JT Brew.
Thanks for joining me here on the Stew with JT Brew on Fantasy in Frames. Quick Friday night show. Got a little behind and didn't get the show in Wednesday or Thursday afternoon. So we're going to fly through tonight with a couple player props, some parlays I like, and just going through some of the over-under games and tell you what I like and don't like. Jags, Bears, the Sunday opener at 8:30 Central Time, 9:30 Eastern Time. The London game. Bears right now are -1. Over under is 44.5. Man, I just never know what to do with these London games, these overseas games. It's so early in the morning. I've seen it go so many different ways. They're usually typically pretty sloppy. This game I don't really love. I'm probably staying away from it. If I did have a bet that I liked, it would be on DeAndre Swift over 18.5 receiving yards. He's been good out of the backfield. The Jags have been terrible against running backs catching the ball out of the backfield, giving up over, I think it's 57 yards per game so far this season. So that's a bet I like. DeAndre Swift over yards out of the backfield. Next game, Patriots, Texans, -6.5 for the Texans on the road. Over under 37.5. Real low scoring expected in this one. The Patriots starting Drake May for the first time, making it a tough one. At least he's at home. Gets a tough one against the Texans. The Patriots have got me a couple times already this year, but if I'm taking this one, I'm jumping on the Texans at -6.5. I think they can pull this game out. That over under is got me a little worried. I could see the Texans kind of putting it together in this one and scoring a bunch, and then a couple points from the Patriots pushing that over. So I'm going to take Texans -6.5. That one, no Nico Collins in that game. It's got me a little nervous. If you want to get on Stephon Diggs or maybe Tank Dell on the passing, receiving yards, you could. I'm not sure what they're going to do on with the offense with him out. So again, I don't love the over under for that. I'm not sure what everything's going to happen, but I'm going to take Texans 6.5. Next game on the schedule is the Ravens Commanders. This could be the game of the week. Highest total at 51.5. Right now, the Ravens are -7 at home against Commanders, who have been on fire. It feels like if this is the spot that the Commanders kind of bring it back down to earth, it would be against the Ravens. I don't love the 7 points there. That's kind of big. If I'm probably avoiding this game other than an anytime TD for Derrick Henry, which I'll tell you about in my parlay, TD parlay. But other than that, I would love to see this one go over, but 51.5, again, I think it's going to be a really good game. This game easily could be both teams in the 30s, but they both have solid defenses too. So that one's got me a little nervous there. If anything, I would love to take the Commanders in a teaser, get the sucker up to about 13 in a tease if I'm going to go that way. If I had to take it right now, I'm probably just taking the Commanders, the +7. Man, but I could be talked into either way. If this number somehow gets down, people get on the Commanders, gets down to 6, maybe I would go with the Ravens on this one. But I'm going to have to think that one over a little bit more and kind of decide where I'm going to go on that one. Next one up on the schedule is Eagles-Browns. Right now, 9.5, biggest spread of the week. Over under 42.5. This one's tough. I usually hate seeing spreads that big because you know a team's going to end up staying in the game. I mean, everything says you should take the Eagles in this game with how bad the Browns have played, but who knows? Maybe that's when they show up when something like that happens. I like the Browns, I like the Eagles. 9.5's a lot. I'd really like to take them in a teaser, get this sucker down about 3.5, so they can win this game by 4 to a touchdown. I'm probably putting the Eagles in a tease. if you force my hand, I would take the Eagles to cover the 9.5. But these are the spots I always feel like I get burned in taking a team that I feel good about coming off. Going against a Browns team is really struggling, but this would be the week that the Browns show up because of that reason. Next afternoon game is Packers at home against the Arizona Cardinals. Right now, it's -5.5 for the Packers. Over under is 47. I don't know what to do with the Cardinals. They look great one week, terrible the next. They're kind of all over the place. This is a game that the Packers probably win. I don't know if I feel good with a point spread. I'm probably avoiding this game. I do like Jaden Reed for a touchdown. It looks like Christian Watson might be out. Dubs has been personal issues. He's been a problem, been away from the team this week. I do like Jaden Reed for a touchdown. He's going to be in my TD parlay. Next one, Saints Buccaneers. No Derek Carr in this one for the Saints. Has them at a +3.5 right now, over under 41.5. This game is, do you believe in Spencer Rattler? If you believe in the rookie Spencer Rattler, then you're probably taking the Saints. These teams usually are playing each other super close to the vest. This one is usually tight. If Derek Carr is playing, it's probably not 3.5, but I would take the 3.5 with the Saints. I'm not sure I believe in Rattler, even though the Bucs defense has struggled a bit. I'm probably taking the Bucs in this one. I'll take them the -3.5. I'd really like to get it down to 3 in this one. I've got a player prop for you in this one. Mike Evans under 4.5 receptions. Now he's hit that in multiple games over the 4.5 this year, but man, Marcus Lattimore and him just battle. Those guys hate each other being in New Orleans. I just think he's going to get locked up. I'm not saying that he's going to have a horrible game. I just don't see him getting a lot of catches in this one. So I'm actually going to jump on the Mike Evans under receptions at 4.5 as Latimer has shut him down the last couple times they faced, especially in New Orleans. Last noon game is the Colts at the Tennessee Titans. This one I'm staying away from until we can figure out exactly what happened. It sounds like today they said Jonathan Taylor is going to be out, so that gives Trey Sermon the start. Still questionable whether Anthony Richardson's going to get the start or Joe Flacco. Depending on who you like, a lot of people say they like Flacco better in this situation with the passing game and what he can do. I'm staying away from the props because of that. If Flacco was getting the start, I would like some of the receiver props. Josh Downs is questionable. I really like him, but if he's questionable and doesn't play, that changes things for me. I'm probably waiting on this game till just before game time to get a little more idea of what's going to happen here. If it is going to be Anthony Richardson, he has been banged up, or if it's going to be Flacco. Right now, I don't trust the Titans even at home at -3, so I'm probably avoiding this game until I get some further information. Steelers at Raiders. They've not been great against the Raiders in the team history. Right now, it's -3. Raiders are switching quarterbacks, going from Gardner Minshew to O'Connell, the rookie, it was a rookie last year, second-year player. I don't know. This is a tough defense to put him in against. I'm taking the Steelers -3, or I could definitely see the under 36.5. The Steelers have not been lighting up the scoreboard at all while their defense has been good. I would take either of one of those, even if you want to do a little two-pick parlay there, -3 and the under 36.5. I do like that. I loved Bowers last week in player props. He didn't get the 100 yards. He just missed the 100 yards, but he went over on the receptions and got the anytime touchdown. So hopefully you jumped on that bet as he was good. I did forget in this game, this is crazy that I'm even saying this, but the player props I like the best are Chris Boswell over 1.5 field goals at -130 and Carlson over 1.5 field goals -125. I think there could be a lot of field goals in this game. That's why I like this under. This game feels like 2010, something in that range, 2013. So I'm taking the Steelers. I'm taking the over 1.5 field goals for each of the kickers in this game. Is there could be a lot in this one, and neither team has been very good at punching the ball into the end zone. Chargers at the Broncos. Broncos have looked good of late. They've playing a lot better. The Chargers, Herbert off had a week off, looking like hopefully the ankle's a little bit better. I don't love a lot of things in this one. I might go Herbert under passing yards. Right now, I think it's 185. He's been under that in every game this year as they just have not thrown the ball a lot. Uh, that would maybe be my bet if I took it. Right now, if I had to take something on the game, I would take Broncos +3. I don't trust the Chargers right now. I don't love the Broncos, but the defense is playing well. This feels like a low scoring game. Over under right now is 35.5 on that one. Next one is Falcons at Panthers. Right now, Falcons -6. Over under is 47 in that one. I like Bijan Robinson anytime touchdown in my TD parlay. That's the one I'm playing here. In my teaser to go along with the Eagles and probably like I said, I'd probably tease up the Commanders to +13, Eagles down to 3.5. And then I'd probably take the Falcons here if I can tease it down to a pick 'em. I like them in a pick 'em. I'd take those three teams and then probably the Steelers +3. Even if they lose this game, I don't think they lose by more than 3, as every game they've had has been super close. They really, a couple bad plays, penalties, and stuff the last couple games cost them against the Cowboys and against the Colts. I think +3, you could definitely get yourself a push because if the Raiders win this, I think it's going to be close. So that's going to be my teaser of the week. Lions -3 at Cowboys +3. This one should be a fun game. I like the Lions in this one -3. I think they can go into Dallas and win this game. Uh, Player props, the one I've liked all year is David Montgomery, rushing touchdown. He's been nice. I do like the CD Lamb over receiving yards. I think it's 80 right now. I do like him over in that. So that would be my other play. The Sunday night game, Bengals Giants -3.5 for the Bengals at the Giants. Over unders 47. Quite a few guys questionable in this game. Sounds like Malik Neighbors is not going to play. Devin Singletary is questionable for the Giants. If I had to take a lean on this one, I'm leaning the Bengals, even though the Giants have played pretty well this year. Sneakily good have been the Giants in some games. The Bengals in this one, I'm going to give you my JT parlay play of the day, and this is going to be on the Sunday night game. Same game parlay for +650 right now on DraftKings. I'm taking Jamar Chase anytime touchdown. I'm taking Jamar Chase over 70 receiving yards. I'm taking Wendell Robinson over 5.5 catches for the Giants. Also, Robinson over 40 receiving yards. Taking Chase Brown over 12.5 receiving yards. Now, he is questionable right now. So if you want to wait on that bet and maybe take that leg off, if he ends up looking like he might not play, then maybe you do that. But I like Chase Brown over 12.5 receiving yards. And I like Joe Burrow to pass 225 passing yards in this game. The Giants have not been great against outside receivers. That's why I like Chase in this one. If you like T. Higgins, I can see you taking him over receptions or yards as well. But if you throw that all together, that's +650 on the JT parlay, same game parlay for Sunday night. Jamar Chase, anytime touchdown, over 70 receiving yards. Wendell Robinson, over 5.5 receptions and over 40 receiving yards. Chase Brown, 12.5 receiving yards, over that. And then Joe Burrow, over 225 passing yards, +650 right now on FanDuel. Or excuse me, that one's on DraftKings. My anytime TD for you this week, I'm going to give you Derrick Henry, Jaden Reed, Bijan Robinson, and I like Cade Otton. Evans has had a hard time going against Lattimore. The second area, especially the cornerbacks, have been pretty good this year for the Saints, some of the highest IDP scores in the league. I think Cade Otton against a banged up linebacker core, and the safeties haven't been great. I think Cade Otton breaks through. He's +285 for an anytime touchdown. But if you put those four players together, Henry right now is -265, Jaden Reed's +100. Bijan's -140 and Cade Otton's +285 anytime touchdown. Throw those together, you can get +1,718 right now on DraftKings, +1,718 for anytime TD for those four players. That is my play there. And I've got one other play I kind of like, just a little bit of a random one. Ravens and Commanders. And you can double up if you want to take touchdowns for these players individually if you had a good feel. You can take right now at plus 125 for both teams to get a rushing and passing touchdown in this game. Like I said, this is expected to be the highest scoring game of the week. You got Lamar Jackson versus Jaden Daniels. Great QB matchup. Both guys can run it in. Both guys can throw it. Right now, you can get it plus 125 for each team to get a rushing and passing touchdown in the game. I do like that one. And if you want to kind of add on to that and take specific players to catch a touchdown pass or a rushing touchdown, obviously feel free to jump on there and do that. So just a quick one today for you guys. Sorry, a quick hit is it's been a crazy week, been real busy, a little under the weather earlier in the week. So kind of a little bit late getting this out, but I appreciate everybody coming on, checking us out. Got any questions, follow me at JT Orange on the X or Twitter, as we like to call it. I'll put my JT Parlay play of the day on there. I'll also throw in other bets as we get closer to game day. Make sure you're following everything on Fantasy and Frames. Tuesday night, we have my college football gambling show with Ben Dyer. Me and him get on there, go through all the college football action for the week on Tuesday nights. Also, if you're into hockey season's here. All Around the Ice podcast, also here on Fantasy Frames, is Tuesday night. So check that out. Wednesday night, just a slew of shows with Dynasty 365. All kinds of shows. We got the IDP show late night, bunch of stuff all day long. We got the DFS show coming up later tonight. So make sure you jump on and check that out as well. Please click subscribe, like everything, comment if you can. That always helps us out. And we appreciate everything and everyone that's following us. Thanks for everyone that tuned in for this little quickie here on a Friday night. I appreciate it. We'll check you next time. May all your bets hit and the trading never quit. See you next time in the stew.
You up on trades and wire moves, you ain't designed to lose. Find you jumping over seemingly nothing, racking up points, makes the game a little more fun to watch. Can drop release, we started with the mock draft and now we making a mockery of the leaderboard. Quite obviously not a scrub, so start an institute, make evaluations like a commissioner do. It's to the point your wife make you watch in a different room. Update your roster and pick and choose when you get some news. Not much that we enjoy more than sipping brew, sifting through new statistics to make it to our end zones through different routes. Universities, institutes, down to homies who click in groups. I introduce you to the stew with JT Brew.